everybody, here is a quick intro to your Rube Goldberg final project, and hopefully I'll give you some ideas to spark your creativity too. So what is a Rube Goldberg machine? I can't talk today, so Rube Goldberg machine. It was named after American cartoonist Rube Goldberg, and it is a machine designed to perform a simple task in an indirect and overly complicated way using many components. So for example, in the bottom right picture, the simple task is stapling a piece of paper, and you're doing all of these indirect steps to try to make the paper get stapled using the shoe. So the machine consists of a series of simple, unrelated devices. The action of each device triggers the initiation of the next device, and eventually you will be able to achieve your goal. So for example, in this GIF, the string is cut by the scissors and the hammer swings to push the car, and the car goes around to finally get the stated goal of pushing the light to turn on. So that is a Rube Goldberg machine. You might have seen a video or two before on the internet. So what you are going to be doing, you are going to choose to either build your own Rube Goldberg machine using materials at home. You can draw a Rube Goldberg machine completing a simple task, or you can choose a Rube Goldberg machine from YouTube that you will use as your own. And then you will film either your machine at work, you're going to explain your machine, and you will answer some questions with it. So you have 3 options to choose from for this. So how do I do this? Let's take it step by step. So step 1, choose your type of project. So you will choose which method you want to do your project. You will either build, draw, or choose a video from YouTube. Okay, and then in the Google form that you're filling out today, you are going to indicate to me which choice that you would like to make. So think about it for a little bit. And then so if you're building or drawing, you are going to choose a task for your machine to accomplish. So this will be the end accomplishment when your machine is finished. So for example, in this GIF, the end task is opening the blinds to the window. So a couple examples I found were turning off a light, popping a balloon, closing a door, really anything that you choose. Once you pick your task, you're sort of going to work backwards, and you are going to find and use materials to create your machine to accomplish that task. Now, use materials to create or draw at least 3 components in your machine to accomplish that task. So for example, one component might be dominoes falling, and another component might be a marble rolling down a tube. So here's 2 examples from my example. So one component is the dominoes, and the dominoes hit the marble. That's another component. Important though, your task that you are completing is not one of the components. So you need to have 3 things at least in your machine. Here's an example of a drawing. You'll see that there are numbered components in there from the car that goes all the way through, and it goes from 1 through 5, and it explains the different components. So for this machine, the task was to make noise on a drum, and there are 5 components to get it there. So that's an example of a drawing that you could do. All right, so next you're going to test your machine. So if you're building one, make sure it works. If it happens to not work, you might need to tweak or fix it a little bit to make it work. And then put it all back together again and make your video of your machine actually working. So create your video. So what you're going to do is record your Rube Goldberg machine going through each part and accomplishing the task. This might be you filming your machine, explaining your drawing, or showing that YouTube video and you explaining what happens through it. Then you will answer the following questions in your video. So here are the questions. I won't go through these now. Tomorrow in the project doc, you will have these questions to answer. You'll notice it's things that go along from our physics unit. So you will answer these questions from your machine that you make, the drawing that you draw, or the video that you choose on YouTube. So use your resources when answering these questions. So you'll notice these are all things that we've done this year. I do not expect you to know everything like perfectly. So you can use your notes, you can use activities. I created this crash course guide that I will post too. That sort of gives you all the physics we've learned about in the past month or so. So you'll see lots of different speed, acceleration, forces. So you can use this for sure. You can also use your own notes. A couple of ideas too when you're answering these questions. You can write these questions beforehand. You can also pre-write your responses. So you could put them on note cards if you want, big pieces of paper. You can print them. It's really up to you so that you are prepared. So materials for your project can be anything lying around the house. So please ask your parents if you are building a machine and you need to use things. Make sure that you don't make a mess and ask them to use any materials just so that you don't get in trouble. And here are some materials that you could use. So marbles, golf balls, bouncy balls, dominoes, funnels. You can even make out of paper, string, toy cars, toilet paper, or paper towel rolls. And if you don't have dominoes, you can use things like CDs or DVD cases to act like falling dominoes, okay? So the world is your oyster. Be very creative in this. You can use anything that you have around the house. Don't buy anything again. All right, so here are the steps to complete this project. I just talked about all these. Step 1, choose your method. So you're either going to build it, draw it, or watch it on YouTube. Step 2, pick your task and create your machine or create your drawing or start looking at the video. And then you're going to test your machine and fix it if needed if you're building. And then step 4 will be to video your machine and the answers to the questions. And finally, post your video in the final project post on Google Classroom. So this project is due on Monday, June 15th at 11:59 p.m. I do know that's after New Learning and that is field day, but I wanted to give you the weekend just in case you need it. The only thing you will be turning in is your video of your machine and your explanation. This counts as your final test grade for the year. And I will be hosting live Q&A sessions, so pretty much office hours at 10 a.m. tomorrow and Thursday to ask any questions and discuss anything. If you need to bounce ideas off of me, I will be available from 10 to 11 Tuesday and Thursday this week. And the official project assignment will be posted on Google Classroom on Tuesday morning at 7:30. Okay, so I think that's it. Thank you for going with my blabbering about this project. So what I'm going to have you do is go back to the Google form now, and you're going to make your choice of whether you want to build it, draw it, or watch it, and you're going to answer the other questions in the Google form. All right, guys, thank you very much. Have a great day. Email me with any questions.